welcome back. So this is a follow-up video from sharpening a card scraper, and I'll show you how you can use this on bowls. Now and also I'll show it to you why I don't use these all that much. There is a reason for this, and no, I'm not saying that these are not great. If you have highly figured wood that doesn't like to cut or scrape with a shear scraper like this, quite good, then you can switch to one of these and it will get the job done. But if you have slightly punky timber, let me just grab a bowl one, I'll show you. So perhaps if you have something like this, let me just focus it. This cherry, since this was cut off close to the rod, it has these punky spots, just a few of them, but the shear scraper can handle those, but the card scraper cannot. The card scraper usually doesn't like soft woods, so something like pine or anything like that, it's not as effective as something like oak, ash, beech, or mahogany, something like that. So you can see how it tears it up, and I did dig this one up, so but I can show it to you here. But I can show it to you a bit closer. You can see the picked up grain, but the shear scraper lays those down quite effectively. So the bowl I have here is the one I used in teaser. This is a beech bowl. It's one of those batches where it doesn't work all that well, but I'm going to use it and just show you how safely you can use card scrapers. So this is now on, and it has a paint on it from project. Use a shear scraper to shape this bowl. Have to put the manual focus on the camera because it can't focus on from all the shavings. Okay, so that's shear scraper flat again, and that's the surface pretty well. There is slight pickup grain here, but I can smooth that out with a shear scraper, and this is why I like this kind of tool, because I can get the bowl done on the outside with one tool. I don't have to go to card scraper. Here for the corner I have a spear point scraper, which is sort of new to me, but I'm using it more and more. So this is now surface ready to be sanded, and it's quite nice, quite good, and no tear out. Okay, so I get a lot of bad comments on the Facebook group the other day when I post how I shape or scrape with the card scraper this bowl. Now you have to know several things. First of all, if you use a ball gouge, you can have a big catch, explode everything. If you use something like a spear point scraper and you point it up into rotation of the ball, and as soon as it grabs the end grain here, it will blow everything up and all chaos will be loose. Same thing can happen with this, but if you're like pointing a point into rotation, then of course it will grab and throw it out. But as the ball is spinning forward, I like to present the scraper here, so everything is happening here, and you don't have to have a dead grip here, so light grip and it will just fall down if you drop it. If it's going in reverse, then I'll be placing it here and same stuff will, so if I drop it, it will just fall down here. So if rotation is forward, I don't shove it against the grain like this and try to scrape. First of all, nothing can be scraped because you're not engaging the burr. The burr is sticking like this on both sides, so you have to engage it like this in order to get a scrape. But if I use it here, then I can't see the horizon over here. So for the main like smooth shaping, then I use it here, and then I can watch horizon here and have a nice look what I'm doing. So I have the dust collection on because this will get kind of dusty. So the rotation now is, as it usually is, forward, and I'll be placing the car scraper here. Now watch my fingers here. This is just a light pressure. I like to place it here, and I just follow the contour, and I'm watching the horizon down here. So like this, and you don't hold the scraper like so, like this. So again, if something happens, I just drop it, it falls just down. It doesn't have to anything to grab on. That's a few seconds with the card scraper. Now I can go one more time forward. Now the burr has gone here, so I'll raise another one. So I have fresh burr here. Okay, so this is now done, and as you can see, this is really nice surface. Like I said, if you have a nice solid timber without any soft spots in it like this, so it usually leaves great surface on all of these other areas, but all of this punky stuff just pulls it out. That's just the nature of the car scraper. So here, where everything is solid, it's really nice surface. So I hope you can see the surface. So there is a little like rotation marks, as if you can see it. There we go. So, but it's clean, very clean, and those will be gone with 240 grit. So, but let me just pop this back in, and I'll show you why I don't use it on regular timbers, solid timbers like this. I don't use card scraper. So because of this little guy, so it's a shear scraper, and I can get pretty close surface with this to this, and I can do it faster, and I can do it while I'm shaping. So I'm shaping flat, shaping the ball, then I just flip it around 45 and finish, and I'm done. So I'll just show you the surface. So this is now done with the shear scraper, and now I should be doing a bit more, but this is surface maybe a smidge less better than card scraper, but I can still hit it with 240 and probably be done. But I usually always go to 180 so I can get a better flowing curve and eliminate any of the imperfections that I don't see. So I'll just reverse this and we'll hollow it, and we'll see if we can use card scraper on the inside. So this is usually my process, which I learned from my mentor. So most of the job I do with the ball gouge, and then just with the scrapers I get rid of the center stuff. And I can even go here. If I go lightly, and it usually will get me the surface that I need. And you'll see now the surface from the gouge, or actually from the scraper, and I hope you can see this quite right. This is quite good surface. Many will be envy for this kind of surface, but I'm here to show if you can use card scraper. So I have here one of with many like rounded edges here, a bigger, a little less, and the small one radius, and I primarily use this for when I did restoration job, so for the coves and stuff like that, and most recently for when I do the Kuksa cups. So I'm not sure if I have much of a burr on any of these, but this one will be okay since it's most close to the curve that I have here. So again, you're not placing it so the ball is running down. So I'm not placing the scraper up in it, you drop it down. So I'm engaging here. There's not much of a burr, so I'll raise a new one. So I have a fresh burr here, so let's see how that goes. It takes a bit of practice to get the center out, and this surface is again quite good. You can do it in reverse. So again, I'm not sticking it down, I'm placing it up. Again, that's pretty good surface. I'll do it in forward again. Remove the squeak. There we go, that's pretty good surface. As you saw, I'm getting much better surface with a standard scraper, especially on the inside, so I can cut upper portion with the bowl gouge and then use the scraper for the bottom of the bowl. It's just more convenient. So if the wood is really not cooperating at all, then I would transfer to card scraper. Like I said, if it's a punky wood, it doesn't work all that well. So if you have a like highly figured wood, and that kind of timber from the scrapers can be pulled out from the figured part on the end grain, this is where card scraper could come in handy. But again, I've had really good luck even with the standard scrapers on a figured wood, so just have to have a light touch, proper burr and a light touch. And the most important part, I can gauge the curve just as I want. So with the card scraper, since it's so thin, it likes to flex. So maybe that's the reason Japanese like to use hacksaw blades, something that is maybe a bit thicker. That way it doesn't flex all that much. But as you can see here, that's pretty good surface. And if I hit this with a little bit of 180, just turn on the dust collection. So that's pretty darn good. So I would sand this a little bit more with a fresh 180 to get all of the scratches out. And I mean, you've done with sanding in 2 minutes. So that's the reason that I don't use card scraper on the inside, and it's just not convenient enough for me, at least. And like I said, you have to have it really closed grip and find a sweet spot, and sometimes on the inside of the bowl that can be quite tricky. On the outside it's much easier, but still just be careful, use common sense. Like I said, you can have tremendous accident with standard scraper if you're not careful, and or with the bowl gouge. So card scrapers, card scrapers again can be dangerous if you just use them recklessly. So use common sense and try it out for yourself. You might like this method more than I do. Like I said, it's a trick in your arsenal of let's say finishing cuts. So if you have trouble with every other method, you can always refer to this one, try it, and if that doesn't work, then just hit it with 80 grit sandpaper and be done with it. So there's nothing wrong with sanding with the lower grits, no matter what some of the experienced more turners say. So I hope this video will clarify card scraper a bit for you. So it's not really in depth, but I hope this will help out at least. So I'll show in the next video similar method that I use for card scraper, how you can raise the burr on regular scrapers.